Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever wondered what it really takes to be a great project manager? What's the secret that separates the good from the truly exceptional? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and go way beyond the usual spreadsheets and checklists. We're diving into the 3 absolute must-have skills for any modern PM. This is your guide to the PM's triple threat, brought to you by Alpha Constructions.
So when I say project manager, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it someone with a hard hat and a clipboard just ticking off boxes? Yeah, let's just scrap that image. Instead, I want you to think of a movie director. Seriously, they're not just managing tasks, they're bringing a vision to life, they're coordinating all these different creative teams, and they're leading everyone to that big, successful premiere. That's a much better way to look at it.
Okay, but before we get too carried away with the Hollywood analogies, let's ground ourselves in what the experts say. According to the Project Management Institute, a project manager is the person assigned to lead the team to achieve the project objectives. You notice that word, lead? It doesn't say manage or oversee, it says lead, and that one word makes all the difference. Which brings us right back to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? If being a leader is at the very core of this job, what does that actually mean? What are the skills that take you from just getting a project over the finish line to delivering something that provides incredible, outstanding value?
Well, luckily for us, there's a fantastic framework for this. It's called the PMI Talent Triangle. The best way to think about it is like a 3-legged stool. If any one leg is weak, the whole thing gets wobbly. It's not about being a rock star at just one thing. It's about having a strong, balanced mastery across a combination of skills.
And here are the 3 sides of that triangle. First, you've got technical project management. Think of these as the gears of the operation. Then you have leadership. That's the human element, the heart. And finally, strategic and business management. That's your compass, making sure you're heading in the right direction. A truly great PM is a master of all 3. So let's break each one down.
First up, let's talk about the foundation, the technical skills. These really are the nuts and bolts of project management. This is the nitty-gritty, the how-to, the practical mechanics of getting something done from point A to point B.
So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it means you can juggle those famous triple constraints of any project, right? The scope, which is what you're building, the schedule, how much time you have, and the cost, your budget. It's also about spotting risks before they become disasters, making the most of your resources, and, actually delivering what you promised on time. This is your core playbook. Okay, but having the playbook isn't enough. Let's move to the second side of the triangle, strategic and business management. You see, if your technical skills are all about doing the project right, your strategic skills are about making sure you're doing the right project. This is all about zooming out and seeing the big picture. This means you can confidently answer the question, why? Why are we doing this? How does this project help the whole company win? You need to see how your project fits into the grand scheme of things, figure out if it's actually worth the investment, and then keep it on track, making sure it stays relevant even when the business landscape shifts. And that brings us to our third and, honestly, maybe the most critical skill of all, leadership. This is the human element. Because let's be real, you can have the most perfect plan and the most brilliant strategy in the world, but projects are delivered by people. And without great leadership, even the best plans can completely fall apart. This is a gut check question every project manager needs to ask themselves, and they need to be honest about it. We use the words manager and leader like they're the same thing, but they're not. They are fundamentally different. So, are you just overseeing tasks and checking boxes, or are you genuinely inspiring your team to do their best work? And this breakdown just says it all. Look at the difference. Management relies on control. Leadership inspires trust. Management is focused on systems and processes. Leadership is focused on people and relationships. A manager asks how and when, but a leader steps back and asks what and why. It's a total mindset shift. When you really boil it down, a true project leader isn't just telling people what to do. They're in the trenches with their team. They guide, they influence, and they collaborate. They create a vision that gets people excited, and they build an environment of trust where everyone feels motivated to bring their A game. That's what pushes a project from good to great. So we've got the technical nuts and bolts, we've got the strategic big picture, and we've got the human element of leadership. Awesome. But how do you actually make them all work together? Well, this is where a project manager steps into what is probably their most powerful role of all. Because here's the secret sauce. The real magic, the true power of a great PM isn't in any one of these skills alone. It's in the ability to weave them all together, seamlessly. The ultimate superpower is integration.
Now, the official definition here sounds a little, academic, I know. But basically, integration management is just the art of making sure all the different moving parts of your project, your budget, your schedule, your team, your stakeholders, are all working together in harmony, like a well-oiled machine.
This picture is the perfect way to visualize it. The project manager is sitting right there in the middle. You're the central hub of the wheel, pulling together all these different spokes: scope, cost, risk, communication, you name it, and turning them into a strong, unified whole. And those 3 skills we just talked about, technical, strategic, and leadership, those are the tools that let you do it.
So there you have it. The modern project manager is a technical expert, a strategic visionary, and an inspiring leader, all tied together by the incredible power of integration. You've got the framework now, so the only real question left is, which side of your own talent triangle are you going to start building first?
Thanks so much for tuning in. This explainer was brought to you by all of us here at Alpha Constructions.